Hail Biafra. This is Biafra Liberation Army Network coming to you again. Please do subscribe, like, share, and comment.
Nigeria was busy carrying propaganda against me because I'm fighting for my people, and I have succeeded in getting the mandate of over 50 million Biafrans. Giving their mandate under my leadership, I am talking about legal age of over 50 million Biafrans. The history is being made.
Founder of the Boko Haram, who is the current vice president of Nigeria, meeting with my president, which I know very well personally, Alexander Stubb. One thing everybody should know is that we are a country of rule of law. The president of Finland is not there at the United Nations to discuss Simon Ekpa, so he will not give that attention to them. That's number one. And because Nigeria is a very stupid country, ruled by foolish people, ruled by criminals, they don't know what is called rule of law. They don't understand where their boundary ends as leaders, as they address themselves. So they may go there and with the motive of telling President Stubb that, oh, what are you going to do to that Simon Ekpa? You know? So, of course, Stubb will never ever respond and answer them. That is, just take it from me. So what they did was to come and say they are soliciting for Finland support. Is it Finland that is the only country that came to the United Nations that they have singled out Finland to give Finland support? You know, I look at them and I laugh. What about their godfather, United Kingdom? What about the other countries? What about the other brothers that are fighting against Israel? They have not approached them. The man is going to France every second week, and is very good with the French president. Why did they not mention France? Why, on all the countries in this world, these criminals and terrorists did not see any country worthy? They are telling you, they just want to use it to do media propaganda in Nigeria, nothing else. You know, they will say, let us go there and take pictures with Stubb, and then we use it to do propaganda so that they will know whether Simon Ekpa will run away. I live here for many years. I have known Stubb for many, many years. You know, so it's not about even knowing Stubb, Mr. President, but it's about following the rule of law. I have not done anything wrong. What I'm doing is right, and I will stand my ground anywhere, any day to defend whatever I'm doing today for the freedom of my people.
In the case of Simon Ekpa, his arrest is overdue. In fact, I had even well, this is classified. I'd actually even encouraged that he should be shot because he was killing his fellow.
You can't shoot someone without trying. Then you're a lawyer.
No, you can't. You can't. If
yeah, person, you'd be liable enemy, if you did.
No, if the person is an enemy combatant, he's liable to be shot. I know the law.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is that you're advocating for him to be shot.
No.
But you have to have
incontrovertible
evidence. He's alleged to have done things.
Yes, no problem. But this is just intelligence stuff. It's just a crazy, poorly educated young man. If that's in that case, I am in full support of his arrest.
The basic area we're looking at is this issue of the Southeast. Simon Ekpa. So this individual has become a menace to this country.
Order.
Samuel Ekpa has become a menace to this country. So the country must act on it diplomatically. Finland is having a free way, encouraging him to do what he's doing. By his utterances and his actions, is affecting what is happening in Nigeria. We should never allow that, sir. So I think our foreign service need to step in to address such issues. It's either we invite the ambassador or somebody. They must explain why they are protecting him. And he's doing us more harm because by his utterances, a lot of people are being killed. We cannot sit back and just keep...
It is affecting what is happening in Nigeria. The question is this: what is happening in Nigeria? Obviously, they are afraid. They do not want anyone to expose. They do not want anybody to say nothing. They want to keep citizens in perpetual slavery. Slave, obey your master. Don't say nothing. Don't create any unrest. Let us continue to loot your today, your tomorrow. And our children will continue in the same. This is simply what they are telling citizens to do. Keep quiet. Maintain silence whilst your suffering increases. 99% of these people have their children lodged in the best places abroad. Let us talk about Simon Ekpa now. I'm very sure you want to know the update on Simon Ekpa. Well, we all know the stand of the Nigerian government and how ridiculous some of their allegations are. Regardless of the Nigerian government, there are certain things that has prompted concerns among Igbos. But first, let us look into what is going on right now. Nigerian officials say they will seek the extradition of Simon Ekpa. They are saying that they will do this if this is the last that they will do, that they must, meaning they've put all their arsenal and weapons in place to make sure that Simon Ekpa is dragged back to Nigeria. As you all know, Simon Ekpa, initially, maybe not now, he owns two citizenship. One, the Nigerian citizenship that headed him to get to Finland, and the other, the Finnish citizenship. Now, the same thing applies to Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who has been helped unlawfully by the Nigerian government. The government of Buhari struck and they held on to him. They came up with stories why they had to perform their extraordinary rendition. Nnamdi Kanu is simply seeking for emancipation of his own people, and everyone knows that breaking up or breaking off or secession is not a task that comes easy. It has not happened easily in any country. In fact, the United Kingdom, that a lot of people might want to look up to, they somehow were able to create a system that will not make Scotland break away. Ireland, I'm not talking of Northern Ireland, Ireland breaking away from the so-called United Kingdom cost them a lot. Blood was shed. Go check the history. Now, you might want to say, well, those in that country are having it a little bit better, or more better, let me put it that way, than those in Nigeria. It seems Nigeria is too big for one person to be president of. That's what it appears. But we do have a system that is bicameral. And I am kind of wondering why things have not been put together, even though the governor of a state is from that state and speaks the language, from the same tribe. Why is it that people are fantastically wicked? So wicked. I think these are some of the things that Nnamdi Kanu looked at and he felt, well, you know what? For us to even get it right, let us break apart. The same that brought about the Civil War. Let us break apart so that we can find our base. Let everyone go back to his or her father's house. So, according to BBC, the Nigerian officials say they will seek the extradition of a controversial leader of a banned secessionist movement in Nigeria following his arrest in Finland on terrorism charges. Finland are the ones charging Simon Ekpa based on what the Nigerian government probably manipulated, added extras to it, and presented it to the Finnish government. Now, the Finnish government also realized some transaction that they felt they needed to understand what the inflow and outflow of this is. If you live abroad and you have a bank that you are attached to, particularly in Europe or even in the United States, if they observe that certain transactions are going into this Bureau de Change, this app, they will call you to ask why. Because the onus is on them to make sure that you are not funding a terrorist organization from abroad. Now, it is no longer news that any movement, whatever, either good for or bad, it needs funds, right? So, IPOB has a donation pot and people bring money from far and wide into this port. The Finnish government observed and they wanted to know to what end, what is the purpose of this money? What is it used for? This is money laundering. What is going on here? Where is this huge amount of money coming from? What's going on here? They had called the attention of Simon Ekpa then. Some use the word arrested him. He has been in court on that matter, trying to clarify. And don't forget that that country has their own law. Regardless of what you claim your intentions are, they have a way of running their country. That is why people will run down there. So they don't base their decision on, oh, sorry, okay, the money is for you to get freedom. All right, be here in our country as a Finnish citizen and try to get freedom in your country. Bring money in, don't worry. No, to them, they might be a bit afraid, like, wait, what are we doing here? So Simon Ekpa, like I said, a Finnish citizen of Nigerian origin, or let me put it, of Igbo origin, says he leads a faction in exile of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, a group that is fighting for a breakaway state in southeastern Nigeria. But the Nigerian authorities want him to face justice in Nigeria. They say they want him to come and fight for Biafra in Nigeria, where he is accused of using social media to instigate violence. Simon Ekpa has previously denied any links to the current killings and violence in Nigeria Southeast, where a bloody civil war was fought in the late 1960s. You all know about that story. He links himself to IPOB and describes himself as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. However, IPOB, which is banned in Nigeria, has disassociated itself from Simon Ekpa. Now, I'm sure you guys are getting the complication in this matter. IPOB is saying, no, Simon does not belong to us. Internal crisis. And I think it's good for Simon Ekpa, sort of, because if IPOB has been tagged a terrorist organization, which it is not, I know that they might have certain people who have ulterior motive trying to, create some issues here and there. Simon Ekpa can stand on his own ground and say, no, I'm not a member of a proscribed group. I am for this. I am fighting clearly to have a country like Finland, something like that. So Ekpa has been living in Lahti city, north of the Finnish capital, Helsinki, where he serves as a local representative. I told you guys his affiliation and what he has become part of in Finland. Finnish detectives said he had incited violence against civilians and public authorities and in other crimes in the southeast of Nigeria. Like I told you, these are what they have, the campaign that they have cooked up against Simon Ekpa. Now, there are certain things that Simon Ekpa said that they picked upon and they amplified it. For example, Simon Ekpa said to get freedom, people will have to RIP. Now, look at Nigeria itself, a country where going in and out is like a miracle, because you're going out, there is no guarantee that you will come in. Insecurity. The question is this: who is fueling this insecurity? What is this thing that is happening? Why can't Nigeria be divided once and for all, for everyone to go his or her separate ways? They don't want that. Why? Those that don't want it are the people. Doesn't matter if they are Igbos now. Don't think, oh, it is the north that don't want Nigeria to break. It is the southwest. No, there are Igbos who are benefiting from what Nigeria is. It is you that is complaining. There are some Igbos that are benefiting. They are businessmen. They have oil well. They have huge businesses. They have interest in one Nigeria because it pays them. If Nigeria is broken apart, they might not be able to perpetrate their crime, their wickedness. They will not get what they want. Some of them are even applauding some people in the north, saying these people gave me opportunity, my people didn't give me opportunity. You need to understand the complexity of this. You even need to understand how it was so easy to get Nnamdi Kanu captured. The woman that spoke to Nnamdi Kanu spoke in Igbo language. Now, I know that there are people who are not Igbos that know the language. They know how to speak the language. That person was able to get Nnamdi Kanu in confidence in Kenya. So, we are talking of internal issues. I think they call them saboteurs, right? Good. We have internal issues and we have betrayals. We have a lot of issues surrounding this matter. Well, Simon Ekpa will not be done with. I mean, he will not be done with the same as they found a way to get Nnamdi Kanu back into Nigeria. No, not at all. Simon Ekpa will not. He is definitely going to stay strong, and I'm sure that he will learn from this and begin to go about whatever he wants to do much more with wisdom. There are ways to go about certain things with wisdom. That's just what I think of it all. Because once you have issues with the country that you are in, the country that is your safe haven, it becomes a problem for you. Yes, it becomes a problem. So he needs to understand the law in Finland and how to go about whatever he needs to do. He needs to know how to go about it appropriately. Nigeria should cease to exist unless those that are creating problems, just like Nnamdi Kanu said, he said, I am a democratic person. If we are well represented and Nigeria is well governed and things are done appropriately, and we can all debate and come to agree and disagree, why not? Why not? That is the truth of it. Why should some people be disenfranchised? What? Well, I'm not talking of Igbos. Oh, Igbos are suffering. The West is not. No, in general, Nigeria is divided into three sections. One, the elites, they call themselves the politicians. Then two, friends of the elites, businessmen, they have contracts, oil well, and the little droppings of it comes into the pockets of some traders here and there. And then we have the last stage of it. Those last stage, they have nothing. They are the ones that are crying out, saying, look, let us break this country apart. Enough is enough.